And welcome to Shady Spring High School. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting volleyball action, and we've got three teams that we think you're going to enjoy watching. We have the Shady Spring Tigers, are the host school. The Beckley Flying Eagles are here, and also Morgantown. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry. Morgan Brown joining me. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. And Morgan, we think we're in for a fantastic evening. What a way to start our volleyball coverage here on Video Productions. We have Morgantown, who already has played 3 games. They're 3-0. They have wins over Jefferson, Buchanan, and Preston. They're 3-0 as they get set to take on Shady and Beckley here tonight. It'll be a round-robin type format. And here's the thing. You have Morgantown, who was the defending AAA champion last year. They beat Beckley in the semifinals, and Shady that made the semifinals. So these three teams, you have Beckley and Morgantown are Quad A, Shady AAA with the new format this year, the new classification. So now you're looking at these three teams are as good as any team in any class.
Yes, this is the best of the best for sure. Tonight is going to be a real test to see who really came to play this season.
And, you know, the thing about it, too, Morgan, I think you as a former player, I think you'd want to know, like, really where you stand right off the bat.
Right.
Because of the quality of competition in which you're going to play. So Morgantown knows by already playing a game that that playing Shady here tonight and playing Beckley here tonight, they've got themselves in for two really good matches. And then from here, they're going to go to Knoxville where they're really going to turn up the competition. But as far as Beckley and Shady is concerned, same way, hey, any one of these teams could lose both games tonight and be a really good team.
Yes, absolutely. I don't think any of these games are going to be a blowout. They're definitely all going to be close, and it's all going to be very intense, and I'm very excited to see these three teams go at it tonight.
Now, what they're going to do, they're going to play the best 2 out of 3.
Yes.
And I was told that prior to the flip of the coin, they were either going to play to 25 or to 15. Now, they said they would come and tell us of how that's going to be, but they haven't told us yet, so I'm not sure. We've got to find that out. But we do know that in order of way it's going to go, the 5 o'clock game here, of course, is Morgantown and Shady. Yep. The 6 o'clock game then is Morgantown against Beckley, and then that way Morgantown can get on the road and go to Knoxville. Yep. And then the nightcap tonight, shortly after 7 o'clock, the county rival between Beckley and Shady. I'm really excited for this.
Yes, I am too. And I'm going to assume that the 2 games will be played to 25, and if it gets to a third set, then they'll play that third set, which is 15.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was told whatever they decide on in the beginning is what they have to do. They can't. They've either got to play them all at 15 or all at 25. Now, that's what I was told.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't mean that things are going to be that way.
Okay.
But anyway, both teams are going through the warm-ups. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We're going to get you ready for Morgantown 3-0 as they'll take on Shady. Shady's first match of the season. And we'll be right back as we are all set, ready to go here at the top of the hour here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called Accident Forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School. I'm Maris Lowry along with Morgan Brown, the heavy hitter, Nick Eskins producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Robbie Mounts is here as well. And Morgan, I know there's a reason, many reasons why I hang out with you. We play pickleball together. And one of the reasons I have you doing volleyball, you are right. During the break, right before we went to break, you said that normally the way they play it, the first 2 games, 25, and if they need a third game, if it's necessary, to 15. So during the commercial break, I went to find out, and you are correct, Mundo, that it's exactly what they're going to do here tonight. How about that?
Beautiful. You know, I know some things.
I know you do.
I think that was one of them.
You make me look good, or make me look better. Maybe as we got the fans making their way in. By the way, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal. Infinity Coal Company offers no premium, no deductible health insurance with dental and vision coverage. They also offer a company-paid life insurance, prescription drug coverage, and a company matching 401k plan. The good friends at Infinity and United Coal. Also being brought to you by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes is having a Fall League sign-up, and they also have futuristic bowling. For all your information, you can go by Leisure Lanes on Johnstown Road in Beckley, and they can tell you everything you need to know about the Fall League sign-ups and also about the exciting times that are going on with futuristic bowling. Or you can call them at 304-253-7328. All right, Morgan, put your thinking cap on right off the bat when the game gets started. What are you looking for out of either one of these 2 teams? And I know you hadn't seen either one of them,
right.
but just in the general aspect of the game of volleyball.
Right. Communication is definitely key with volleyball. It's not an individual sport. You have to work together in order to accomplish your goal. In order for you to get a good pass, you have to be able to talk to your teammates. That is 100% the first thing that comes to my mind whenever, I played. We got to talk. We got to communicate what we want to happen, and if it doesn't, what are we going to do next time to make sure that it does happen?
And the worst thing I think could happen, and as I found this out by when I started to play pickleball, is when the ball was hit to the 2 of us, and we both look at each other, and the ball lands in between us. Somebody's got to call it. What you don't want, obviously, is if the ball's coming to you, you don't want to look like you're buying a ticket and watching the game.
Right.
You got to be involved in the game.
Right, exactly. And that is super, important. And what's funny is pickleball and volleyball have a lot of similarities. Like whenever I played volleyball, it was like, okay, we got to talk. We got to watch the middle. We got to, stay in bounds. Can't go here, can't go there. So, that stuff hasn't changed, and obviously that's what we're looking for here tonight. You've got to talk to your teammates. In
any sport, I think you want to get off to a good start. I know, like I said, these first 2 games are going to 25, but you can't, even though you've got time to come back if you get down. No one wants to get down 6, 7, 9, like 8, 9 to 1. Right.
Come back from that deficit.
Right.
And it's very hard to do that in volleyball just because there's so many aspects that go into scoring. Well,
there's a horn. I think we're going to have the playing of the national anthem. So we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and we're just a couple minutes away from getting you ready between Shady Spring and Morgantown, and we'll do it on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School, and we are moments away. I know I said that right before we went to the break. We're supposed to start at 5. It's just shortly after 5. It is the first game for Shady. Morgantown's already played 3 games, by the way. They're 3-0. I'm Maris Lowry with Morgan Brown as we're set to bring you this opening night matchup. It'll be Morgantown and Shady, and then we'll follow that with Morgantown and Beckley, and then the nightcap will be Shady and Beckley. Looking forward to that. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by your local Edward Jones financial advisor, Heather Cantley. Heather Cantley's my financial advisor. She can be yours as well. You can call her at 304-254-9995. You work hard for your money. Let your money work hard for you. And Heather's done a great job. And if she can work out my finances, I promise she can work out yours. So, Morgan, I'll tell you, I think, it's been such a long time since I was a player in high school. I mean, we're talking about over 40 years. We're talking about into the 70s, into the 80s. But a little bit more recent. To me, this seemed like this would be the biggest thing, the anticipation, the wait. They put another 2.5 minutes up on the clock, and you're like, you just want the darn game to get started, right?
I know. It's like time is ticking. We don't have that much time. Yeah, for sure. But honestly, with volleyball, just like basketball, you need a good warm-up. You need to get loose. You need to get ready. You need to get set. And definitely them practicing these hits right now is crucial because that is how they plan on both teams making their points tonight.
By the way, during the commercial break, we had the assistant coach, and now I guess part interim head coach, Lauren Dillon of the Beckley Flying Eagles, to come by into our booth in here at courtside and tell us that the head coach, Bree Rhodes, which she was 38 weeks pregnant when you and I did the interview, preview the season. That's what it was, a week or so ago. Yeah. And she was thinking she was going to be, hopefully she could make it tonight and not, have her pregnancy because she's ready to deliver. Yeah. Well, she ended up having to go to the hospital, and she's not available. So maybe by the time the night's over or into the morning, she'll be a proud mom again for the second time. But in the meantime, Lauren Dillon, she is going to be the interim coach along with, there's another coach that will help her out as well. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Shirley Brown will make the trip, but Autumn Brown and Leah Fraley are also on the staff at Beckley. And we'll see if they will be here available. But anyway.
I guess Bree got too excited about the game tonight.
Could
and then
be.
It just happened. And
if you remember, we talked about that in our interview. I said, whatever you do, don't get too excited during the game. And now the teams are coming to their respective benches. As you watch the game, Morgantown will be wearing royal blue uniforms trimmed in red and white, and Shady will be in the navy blue and white. So, you always think whenever you have an event, you should maybe have dark against white. It's kind of, even though the royal blue a little brighter, it's still two shades of blue.
Right. I know. I think the red shorts really give it away.
Yeah. So teams going through their final instructions. We think we're going to have a national anthem. If we do, we'll take one last break before we get the game started. We're going to start just a few minutes late, which is okay. A little 5:05 start. That's the way they do baseball. Baseball, it's never, whenever they say 5 o'clock, it's really like 5:05 or 5:10.
Right.
And volleyball must be the same way.
Must be.
The clock is counting down. So anyway.
They must have changed that since I've played.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? See, as you start working more with video productions, you'll find out we need that extra time for these extra commercials because we appreciate the fine sponsors that help pay in the freight. Without them, we're not able to do this.
Right.
So there was, I guess like basketball, there was the warning buzzer. And I think we're going to have a national anthem. Maybe we are, because the teams are going to line up. So we're going to take a quick break for the anthem, come back and get you started, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
It's fourth down, seconds on the clock. He hands it off, finds a hole in the middle. Clear, nothing but
Brian moves!
A touchdown for the win. I can't believe it.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
How much is that doggy in the window?
Let the sunshine in. Get started today with new windows and doors from Window World of Beckley. What better way to do that than our energy-efficient windows and doors for every budget and style? We offer superior products, professionally installed at a guaranteed low price. We offer great financing options too. So why wait? Transfer your home today with Window World of Beckley and let the sun shine in.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
With Morgan Brown, I'm Maris Lowry. We're here at Shady Spring High School, and we're ready to go between Morgantown and Shady. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Robbie Mounts is here, and also Jackie Moon on camera. So Morgantown will be the team on your right as you watch on the screen with the royal blue uniforms trimmed in red. Shady will be on the left side, and they'll wear navy blue trimmed in white. And right off the bat, what do you expect to see, Morgan, right off the start of the game?
I expect to see intensity. I know that Morgantown is ready to get this fourth win. I know they're on kind of a hot streak right now, but I know that Shady is very much in anticipation to play, so I think that they'll come in hot. I really do.
Morgantown's got a young lady, Audrey Buck, and Audrey Buck, Morgan, she set a milestone last night.
Yeah, she had her 1,000th assist last game, so let's see how many she can get tonight.
Well, that's amazing. You know, when you think of 1,000 assists, you know, from me coming from the basketball world, I think, you know, 1,000 points of putting the ball in the basket, but still, that ought to be just as rewarding to know that you help your team scoring by assisting your teammate.
For sure. Yep. And for setters, they're kind of perfectionists. They have to get that perfect set right in order for the kill to be good, right?
Right.
So that's a huge deal for her. I'm sure she was ecstatic.
All right, Bristol Bloomfield will get things started for Shady. She'll serve it. And we are getting ready to get the game underway. And here we go, live from Shady. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. So Morgantown able to get the first point there.
Yep, ball was in.
You got to like that play at the front of the net, you know,
Absolutely.
as we watch the replay here.
Yep, that's exactly what you want. You want your hitter to be in position in order to execute that ball.
Yeah, number 14 there from Morgantown, Leah Greeny, got size on her. She was able to attack the front of the net.
That was a tough serve.
Morgantown able to go up 2-0. Now, you are able to score for the ones just maybe not familiar with. You're able to score even if you don't serve.
Yes.
So now Morgantown will now serve.
Miss Audrey Buck.
There's Shady. See if they can return it a little too far.
Too hot, too out.
And you know, Morgan, this might be something early in the game where you get really jacked up and you hit the ball just a little too hard.
Trying to get used to it, right?
Yeah.
Trying to accommodate to your situation.
Yeah, like I did in pickleball this morning. I hit the ball too hard. Going into the next
home run.
Yeah. All right. Now the ball is still in play that time as when it hit the rafters.
So they're good.
Nice setup there. And a nice job again by Morgantown.
Yep, great kill for them. Shady needs to figure out how to return that for sure.
As we watch the replay right here, look at that. And, you know, Morgan, one of the things we talked about right off the bat is no team you want to get in a hole, and right now Shady's trying to dig themselves out of a 4-0 hole. They're setting it up to the net. What a job. Like I said, the big girl, Lee Greeny, able to go right to the front of the net.
Yep, great block. Both of them were up there at the same time. That's what you need in order to execute that. Shady needs to work around it.
So Morgantown on the road here, off to a good start. They're up 5-0. So we play a 2 out of 3 series. First 2 games are to 25. If we need a decisive third game, they'll play it to 15.
Shady couldn't get a good setup on that, but Morgantown wasn't expecting it, so it goes in the net.
So Shady able to get on the board for the first time and make it 5-1. So we're going to have a new player to check into the ball game for Shady, and that's going to be Stover into the game. By the way, Abigail Wolf is the head coach of Morgantown, and Brantley Wood, the head coach of Shady. And Shady able to get back-to-back points now.
Yep. Great serve.
And, of course, I think that's a big thing, too, as we watch the replay. You really got to be able to handle that serve.
Yeah, and those serves coming barely over the net, you don't know if it's going to hit, so you're kind of off on your feet. And Shady was able to do that.
So let's see what Morgantown does on this nice play by Morgantown.
Yep. Libero was able to get it to the setter. Setter set it. Hitter executed it.
And that was Buck, so the point goes to Morgantown. The Mohicans lead 6-2. First of 3 matches here this evening here at Shady Spring High School. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. So into the net.
In the net.
And, you know, that's you never want to give away any points, but that's the toughest one. You at least don't even get a chance to play. You knock the ball right into the net.
Yep. It's definitely a mind-boggler for sure.
Well, I'm sure that's a lot of things drive coaches crazy, but that would definitely drive a coach crazy.
It's those things that you work on every day in practice, and then moment comes, sometimes it just don't happen.
Morgantown, though, able to bounce back and get the point on that play.
Yep. When she hit it, Shady had blocked it, but it went out on their block.
Yep.
So
as we watch the replay there.
Morgantown receives the point and another serve.
And a 7-3 lead for the Mohicans. And Shady not able to get it across the net, and Morgantown with an 8-3 lead. So it'll be the middle game will be Morgantown, or the middle match, I should say, will be Morgantown and Beckley, and then the nightcap, Beckley and Shady. All these are 2 out of 3. And that was a violation on Shady. I didn't quite see what they called because the serve went into the net. But Morgantown got the point there. Yeah, I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's all right. It's our first game, too. We're allowed to miss 1 or 2. Of course, you have to be alert when the ball comes over. You got to dive in front of me and catch it.
Right.
Good effort for Shady.
Ooh,
just couldn't. Yeah, good. Like I said, good effort. Just couldn't get the ball across the net. Morgantown has opened a 10-3 lead.
She was a little off on her footwork, on her approach. Hitters normally, whenever they try to go up for a spike, they want their feet positioned in a certain way at a certain time. But Shady was able to get that point because the ball was served out.
Yeah, a little too hard. And, well, you know, that's a fine line of trying to get the ball deep into the back line, but not hit the ball too far where you knock it out of bounds.
Yep, pickleball again.
Yeah, that's me in pickleball. Sometimes I get too deep, but most people don't think I'm deep at all.
Oh, 31. She was trying to dink it over. Just
yes.
couldn't quite make it over. See, sometimes as a hitter, you don't always have to hit it hard.
Right.
Because the other team thinks that you're going to, because that's obviously what you normally do, but sometimes you can just
tip
over.
it. Right,
yep.
right. Just tip it across
Throw
the
them
net.
Off a little bit.
That's right. And pickleball, they call that dinking and dunking, right?
Yep.
That's a little too strong. Right idea.
Right idea.
But just hit it too hard.
Setter hits it right where you want it, right above the net on your side, and then you go to hit it and just hit it out.
It's an 11-5 Morgantown lead. Morgantown scored the first 5. They've led the whole way. And that's going to be a little long, and Shady will be rewarded with the point there. So, you know, Morgan, since that 5-0 Morgantown start, Shady's played them even.
Yeah.
11-6.
Absolutely. Number 2, Beth Robinson just checked in for the Mohigans.
So here's Shady with the serve. Nice setup for Morgantown. Good job. What a nice play that was.
Shady tried blocking it, just couldn't execute.
And that was, let's see, and Quinto who made the play there for Morgantown. So Morgantown's doubled them up with a 12-6 lead. This is game 1 of the best 2 out of 3. Here comes the Morgantown serve. Good setup for Shady. Morgantown keeping it alive. Just a little short, trying to get it right to the front of the net.
Yeah, she was trying to set it, maybe even set it to the Mohigans, but just couldn't get it.
We got a timeout on the floor, 13-6. While we got a minute, want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. State Farm Insurance, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown, your agent. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. And they have a Drive Safe and app that you can download from State Farm. You can earn up to 30% when you download the Drive and Safe app from State Farm. All right, out of the timeout. And this is kind of new to me, too, Morgan, that they have timeout in like they do in basketball.
Yep.
They're waiting to count it down. They had the clock, but I guess it's like any other sport. You could have your timeout, and all right, we're back ready for play. 13-6, the Morgantown lead. Morgantown has scored the first 5. They've led the whole way. And like I said, we talked about getting off to a good start. And not that you can't come back, but nobody wants to have to try to climb out of that hole.
No one wants to climb after that deficit.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So are we ready? Maybe not. We got maybe
making sure rotations are correct. Everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Yep. How you like that big word I use, discrepancy?
That was pretty good.
You like that? And you even know what it means.
Yeah.
You are a school teacher.
Yes.
By the way, Morgan, for people who don't know, you teach at Shady Middle.
Yep.
And a lot of these girls that you've seen out on the floor that you've taught, you've had them in class or you coached them as you are the assistant girls basketball coach, which, by the way, you won the county last year, which we had on video productions. In fact, we had you on at halftime of the of one of the one of the West Virginia Tech games last year.
Yep.
All right, whatever the problem was is a problem no longer, and they got it worked out. 13-6 is the lead for Morgantown. Here comes the serve. Shady returned it. That's nice. Good setup there. Good job. That's really what you put it where they're not. And that's why Aubrey Buck has been such a fantastic player for Morgantown as we watch the replay.
Right in the hole.
Morgantown, a defending champion in the big class last year.
Served it out.
So Shady will get the point on that.
That was a great play by Morgantown.
No matter what happens here tonight, I would think that you'd see all 3 of these teams at the state tournament.
Absolutely.
There in November. And that one's going to be a little long, and that's a smart play for the young lady at Morgantown to get out of the way. And that point should go to Morgantown, and it does, makes it 15-7.
So Miss Kelly Ryan checked in.
Yep.
From Morgantown.
Shady going to have to make a little run at it, and that's a little long. You could tell the minute she hit it, you could tell that was going to be strong. So Morgantown with a 16-7 lead.
As a hitter, you want to be on top of the ball. You don't want to be underneath the ball because that way, if you're underneath it, it's going out.
Yeah, this 9-point advantage is the largest lead of the game.
Morgantown had hit it out of bounds, so it's Shady's ball.
Yeah, so Shady gets the point on that. So 16-8. And let's see if Shady can cut into the Morgantown lead.
Setter spiked it.
Got to get it over on this one, and they cannot. Morgantown will get the point. So 17-8 the lead now for the Lady Mohicans of Morgantown. Sorry,
Leah
we don't
Greeny
have
checking in.
Yep. Sorry, we don't have that up on the screen. We will see if we can have that happen to score, but I'll continue to give it to you. 17-8 Morgantown leads, and
a lot of serves being hit out of bounds today.
Well, I think the first game they're all jacked up.
Yeah,
and
they're just all powerful.
Ready. Yeah. The adrenaline's flowing. You're ready to go. 17-9. Sometimes and you mentioned this earlier, and I know this too from playing pickleball. Sometimes it's just the easy ones where you just kind of tip it or tap it around, as opposed to the ones where you try to slam it. But that time, that slam was returned.
Great return.
Great
hit.
Nice play for Gill on that one. And we got a whistle, and Shady gets the point. That was played at that particular set, a high level.
So Morgantown, what's happening here, folks, is they called a lift on Morgantown. That is illegal.
Yeah, here's the replay.
And Morgantown coach seems to not like that call.
Well,
But
you know, I really didn't realize what was happening. I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
you were on top of it to point that out. And Morgantown, I guess, felt their coach is, you know, right here to our right, Abigail Wolf, felt that.
That she didn't lift the ball.
Yes,
Yeah.
right, correct.
It was close. It was really close to tell.
But Shady has trimmed the lead now to 7. They're down 17-10 as they serve here. For Gill on the serve, and Shady just can't get it over the net, and Morgantown will take a 18-10 lead.
Shady playing a little bit timid there.
And that's one thing, and you know, Morgan, more than when you get to the net, you've got to really be ready.
Yeah, you
don't
have to be able to react.
Yeah, you
for
don't
sure.
be too aggressive and get into the net, but you've got to be able, when you go, you got to go strong to the net. Like in basketball, you got to go strong to the basket. So there's the serve for Morgantown.
Works for favor for Shady.
And they don't get it across. I know that when I don't get the serve and pickleball in, I know that's when I say out.
Right.
But that's not the word I really say.
Number 15 for Shady, Brooklyn Humphreys checking in.
Game 1 of the best 2 out of 3. First 2 games they played at 25. And that's a nice play, and they're going to say it's out of bounds, though.
Ooh, Shady wanted the tip call.
Yeah.
So does the crowd.
Yeah, that play happened right here in front of us, and
Yep.
that was really, really close, but the point will go to Morgantown.
Number 20, Derica Nestor checking in for Morgantown.
So the Lady Mohicans with a 19-11 lead. That ball just got just above the front of the net. Nice job. Shady that time with Humphreys.
Humphreys was smart on that.
Yes.
She didn't quite hit it as hard as she wanted to, but she also knew what it took
Yes.
for it to barely even get over
Well,
that net.
to hit it hard enough to get it over the head of one and right at the feet of the other.
Yep.
And that's the third time we've seen where a server has not gotten the ball across. So it's 20-12, Morgantown in front. This is the first of 3 matches that we have, and each of them the best 2 out of 3.
Oof.
And so
those are tough.
See, back in the day, that never used to count. When they called them they used
really?
to count, yeah. But now,
See, you're teaching me something.
yeah, well, yeah, back in the day, way back in the day. All right, so Morgantown extends their lead to 21-12.
Oh, same problem.
Yeah, good hustle by both teams. Shady able to get the point there.
Yes.
21.
Number 2 checking in for the Mohigans.
Yep, and number 2.
It's Beth Robinson.
Yep. So the score is 21-13.
Number 16, Jenna Joyce for Shady.
Biggest lead has been 9, 16-7. 21-13 the lead now. Nice job at the net. Shady,
Shady's
what a
getting
great
excited
job.
about that.
Humphreys again with a beautiful play. So now we got a football score. How you like that, 21-14?
Oh, there we go.
Speaking of football, we'll be here at Shady tomorrow, and we're going to do a little training session, get ready for the scrimmage before we open up our football schedule next Friday night down in Glen Daniel. Morgantown doing a great job. You can see that play developing and how well executed.
She was able to get that ball right in between the 2 blockers for Shady.
Yes.
We've got 2 girls checking in for the Mohigans. We've got number 15, Paige Brink, and number 5, Ellie Thornton.
So it's a 22-14 lead for Morgantown. Of course, going to 25, you have to win by 2. And right now they got a little bit of cushion with this 8-point advantage, 22-14. Comes the serve.
Short.
Yep. I can see that was going to be short. So if Shady gets the point, makes it 22-15.
Number 14, one of my old basketball girls, Miss Brianna Shrewsbury, checking in for the Lady Tigers.
All right. So here comes Shady. Here's the serve. And the ball hit the basketball goal, but it's still in. They play it in off the roof, off the rafters.
Shady able to return it.
Yes.
Mohigans. Oh.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Shady able to get the point. So Shady's got to get themselves on a little run. They're going to get back in as we watch this last play. Comes the ensuing serve. And that point will go to Morgantown.
I guess they're claiming that Shady had tipped the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, from our vantage point, I couldn't see it. When the ball was hit,
I thought it was out of bounds.
Well, I did too. I thought the ball was hit a little strong, but we obviously don't have the vantage point. And, of course, we don't count either.
Right.
The officials are the ones that count.
They have the blue shirts.
Yes. So 23-16, 7-point lead.
In the net, it goes for Morgantown.
Yeah.
Her feet were a little bit off, so that made her approach off.
Right,
Hit was off.
and the ball died right there into the net.
It is a domino effect,
Yes.
let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, you know, and you're so right, Morgan. Usually in one sport, if you do one thing bad, sometimes it leads to 2 or 3 other things bad.
Right. That was tipped by Shady.
And
Not enough
Morgantown now a point away from winning game 1 of this best 2 out of 3.
Shady just couldn't get to the ball in enough time.
So 24-17.
Number 14 for the Mohigans, Leah Greeny, checking in.
Yeah, Greeny just a freshman.
She's tall.
Yeah, she's very tall. She's about 6'5", absolutely. Yeah. So Morgantown trying to win this opening game with a 24-17 lead. And Morgantown will win game 1 by the score of 25-17 and lead this series 1-0. So they win by 8. Their biggest lead was 9 at 16-7. We got a little break in between games. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
When you're about to go on the most important journey, it matters who you choose to start it with. From your very first prenatal appointment, Access Health's dedicated team is here to support you with the latest technology and personalized care. Preparing for your little one's arrival is a special time. And when the big day arrives, you can be confident knowing you have the same team to guide and support you. Access Health, your partner in health every step of the way.
We won't raise your rates just because of an accident. Sure, everyone thinks they're a good driver. But when an accident happens, with Allstate, you don't have to worry, even if it's your fault. It's called accident forgiveness, and it starts the day you sign up. You're in good hands with Allstate.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School with Morgan Brown. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, is here. Morgantown wins game 1 of this best 2 out of 3, 25-17. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, the country store in Beckley and Princeton. Had my pregame meal there today. Had me some mashed potatoes. I had me some meatloaf. I had me some greens. I had me some nice unsweet tea. Got myself ready to come on out here to Shady, Morgan, to be with you to be able to call this game. In the first game, we talked about it on top. Morgantown scored the first 5. They got up with that 5-0 lead. They built the lead to 10-3, and they were able to coast to a 25-17 win in game 1. And for Shady to bounce back in the second game, they've got to get off to a better start.
Absolutely. I think Shady just kind of had the first day jitters.
Yeah.
First day of school today, first volleyball game against a really, really good Morgantown team.
Right. And speaking
first home game, you know?
And speaking of the first day of school, you're a school teacher. How did your first day go?
My first day actually surprisingly went very well.
Well, that's great. Hopefully the remainder 179 days will go as good.
I'm not going to say that I'm counting down.
Well, right, you have 180 school days, right?
Yep.
So hopefully the next 179 will be as good as today was, as Morgantown scores the first point here in game number 2. So Morgantown with a 1-0 lead. Morgantown was the defending AAA champion last year. Of course, they're in Quad A now with the new classification, 4 classes. Shady was a semifinalist in AA last year. They are one of the favorites to get back to the state tournament in now Class AAA. Is Morgantown able to score again? Yes, Morgantown gets the point and goes up 2-0.
Number 3, Bailey Richmond. That ball just kind of went right between her fingers.
Yep.
It happens.
And like I said, you know, Morgantown, they're very talented, but when they get off to a good start and they get a lead, they're hard enough to beat when you're playing even with them,
right.
But let alone when you fall behind them. Good play at the net by both teams, but the point will go to Shady.
Brianna Shrewsbury, number 14 for Shady, had a beautiful set where the middle was able to hit the ball just barely over that net. Morgantown had hit it twice. Can't do that.
Morgantown will play Beckley after this series, and then they'll make their way to Knoxville, Tennessee. As
Great
Morgantown,
hit.
That was a beautiful play. And, you know, when she first hit it, I thought she was going to hit it too hard and out of bounds, but able, where they say the ball has eyes and lands in as we watch the replay, and the point goes to Morgantown. That's a beautiful play.
Yep, ball hits in that perfect corner where nobody's at. Great execution by Morgantown.
In baseball, that's what they call hitting it where they ain't.
Right?
Yep.
Try to aim it.
Nice job at the net by both teams.
Wow, great hustle from Shady. Great rally between both teams.
Yeah, this has been a great
Morgantown
volley.
hits it in the net.
You know, Shady, you're right. Both teams were really good and really hustled, but Shady seemed like they just worked a little harder on that particular series of plays, and they were rewarded with the point. So with that point, Shady trims the lead now. Shady trails by 1. It's 3-2 Morgantown. This is game 2, the best 2 of 3. Morgantown won the first game, 25-17. They lead the series 1-0. And what a nice play at the net. Tremendous play at the net.
Oh, unfortunately they hit it out of bounds. So I don't know if you know this, but whenever blockers go up to block the ball,
right,
they are able to hit it again if it comes down on their side.
Did not know that.
Yes, that's the only time that the same person can hit the
hit
ball
twice.
Yep.
See,
because a block necessarily isn't considered a hit.
That's a very good point, Morgan, because I'm sure a lot of people who are watching may not realize as well. I know I didn't, as that point now goes to Shady, and they trimmed the lead to 4-3. I think I'm going to know all there is to know about volleyball after you and I are done with
set you straight.
This season. All right, 4-3 is the lead. And Shady trying to tie it as they'll serve it here. Of course, you don't
Great
have to
pass
serve
from Morgantown
to score. And Morgantown able to get the point.
Shady just wasn't where they needed to be for that hit.
But the one thing, you know, when you schedule the way these teams did, both Morgantown, Shady, and Beckley that are playing in this, and I'll get to this point right after this play, Morgantown scores. I think it's good that you play this high-level competition right out of the gate.
Absolutely.
That way you know where your weaknesses, where your strengths. Most coaches probably had an idea of where they're strong at, where they're weak at.
Right.
But when you play after, you know, you run scrimmages and you scrimmage against each other, now you're really ready to play in a game that actually counts.
Yes. And it really does help.
Great job by Shady at the net.
The block. Oh.
Got a little under the net, right?
Point. Yep. Shady went underneath the net, which
yep.
you cannot do. Your foot can't even cross that line.
Right.
Or the ref is going to call it.
So 7-3 now is the Morgantown lead here in game 2, leading the series 1-0. Morgantown won the first game 25-17. Shady is yet to lead in any of this. Morgantown got off to a good start in the first game. Another good start in this game. Good hustle, and what we got a whistle, and we've got a violation. The point will go to Shady.
Morgantown went underneath the net during that last play.
That's one thing, you know, Morgan, you and I, we have a great vantage point with the official right here. We're just about, 5 or 6 feet away from the playing surface.
Right. Number 2, Beth Robinson checking in for the Mohigans.
And for Shady, it'll be Richmond to serve, Bailey Richmond. Nice little over the head that time by Morgantown.
Little fake.
Yep. And it'll be out of bounds, Morgantown with the point. So here's Morgantown with the serve. They've doubled Shady up. They lead 8-4. Here in game 2 of the best 2 of 3. And that's going to be.
The ball was considered in.
Yep. We watch that replay. Here we go. And Shady couldn't quite get it over the net, and Morgantown able to score again. So Morgantown has opened a 10-4 lead.
Great serve by Morgantown. Ooh, some miscommunication from Shady. I think a couple players thought each other was going to get it.
Shady takes the timeout. We'll take it with them. It's 11-4 Morgantown leads. We'll be right back here after these messages on Video Productions.
Lock the money already in your home at City National Bank. Consolidate loans or fund your next big project with a home equity line of credit with a great low intro rate. Visit your local branch to get started. City National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Learn more at homeequity.bankatcity.com.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School with Morgan Brown. I'm Maris Lowry. Heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Game 2 of this best 2 out of 3 series. Morgantown in front. As Shady gets the point there, Morgan.
That's the third time that Shady has barely even, spiked the ball, barely even gotten the ball over the net on purpose. They want to kind of throw that blocker off, so that once they block it, it's not as hard coming off of their hand, so it lands right behind them, and it's hard for the other teammates to get there to receive the ball.
Stover serves for Shady, and that's going to be out of bounds, the point to Shady. 11-6 is the lead in favor of Morgantown. Morgantown won the first game 25-17. They lead this best 2 out of 3 series 1-0. Nice setup for Morgantown. Now Shady setting it up. And it's going to be a point to Morgantown as Shady was up under the net.
Well, yeah, they were either up underneath it, but I think they had hit the net with their body whenever they went up to block.
Yeah, we'll watch it right here. There you go. There.
Yep. Body hit the net. Whether it's your arm or your hand or, your stomach, it doesn't matter.
Yep, it's a violation.
Can't touch that net.
Nope, 12-6. Morgantown's doubled them up now.
Back row hit was no good.
A little too
out
strong.
Of bounds.
And like I said, I don't know if there's an advantage to Morgantown because they did play 3 games last night. They swept Jefferson, they swept Buchanan, and they swept Preston.
I would be tired after that, but they don't seem very tired.
Well, they're what? They're 15, 16, 17, 18.
Right.
They're not tired.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, this is what they do. Now with all the, the flex days and the travel and everything that they do, these girls do nothing but play sports. Ball comes right to you.
Yay. It's
How
like
about
I'm back
that?
in high school.
Yeah. So that point, who did they give that to? Waiting to see which way the point's going to go.
Oh, wow. They pointed.
They're going to give it to Morgantown. And Morgantown will go up 13-7. I was too busy watching the ball headed this way. When the ball was coming to you, I was wanting to make sure you were going to save me and you were going to catch it. Of course, we don't want you to break a nail.
Right. Oh,
I mean, I know how well you take care of your nails, so I definitely don't want you to break a nail on my behalf.
That's right.
All right, back to live play. Nice job, Morgantown at the front of the net.
Bench got excited for that one.
Yeah, and Leah Greeny, the freshman, as we watch this replay. Greeny, a freshman, about 6'4", 6'5", and she climbs the ladder and able to get the point for Morgantown.
Good setup by Shady. Wow.
Nice job by Shady.
So I didn't know if you noticed that, but the setter kind of set it a little bit lower than normal. So that was anticipating for the middle hitter to tip it. So that way they kind of have a little quicker reaction than a kill, but she knew exactly where that open spot was for the Mohigans and where to hit it to.
So 14-8, the Morgantown lead. Nice play as it hit.
Yep.
Now, I guess depending on where it hits, because I've seen it hit other parts of the rafter and it be in, but in that
Correct.
case, it's not.
Yeah, so if it hits the rafter and it lands on the other person's, like the other team's side,
Right.
then it's their point.
Right.
Yeah, but if it lands on your own side, if it hits the rafters on your own side, you're fine. You can keep playing it.
Gotcha. So 15-8 the lead. Morgantown won the first game, 25-17. They lead 1 game to none. Best 2 out of 3. Good hustle by Morgantown.
Great
They
hustle.
got to get it over on this one, which
Shady
they did.
trying to mess their timing up.
And that's inbounds. What a nice play by
play.
Morgantown. That is so well executed.
They were off bounds a little bit there, but then they were able to absolutely get that ball in bounds.
You watch that replay, you know that's something they work on all the time. That was a well executed play, and good job by Morgantown. They take a 16-8 lead, but they can't get the ball across the net. So 16-9.
Number 11, Olivia Stover, checking in for Shady.
So it'll be for Gill, who will serve it now for Shady.
Good serve. Great hit by Morgantown.
Yeah.
Shady was there to block it, but the angle was just not in their favor.
Morgantown very strong at the net, and they've taken a 17-9 lead. In fact, in the last game, Morgan, it was 17-9 as well.
Oh, wow.
And it's 17-9 now. But it's been an uphill battle for Shady in both games. In the first game, which they never led, and they have never led in this one, as Shady able to get a point there. So I think right now, and this is the way it was in the last game, same situation, 17-10. And if Shady's going to make a run, I think now's the time they really got to start to make that run.
Yeah, they definitely need to, because 17 is really close to that 25
That's right.
that the Mohigans need. So.
Well, yeah, and you can't just keep trading points. You got to score 3 or 4 in a row, you know, to kind of close the gap a little bit.
Need to boost the morale over on the Shady side a little bit.
So, Morgantown,
but that won't do it.
once again, as you mentioned, the bench to our right really excited about the play of the freshman sensational Lee Greeny getting to the net. Greeny with a slammerini.
And you can see that. You can see that she's on top of the ball, able to hit it as hard as she wants.
That time, Morgantown hit it a little too hard, and it'll be out of bounds. The point goes to Shady. 18-11. Hope you're enjoying this volleyball action from Shady Spring High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Morgan Brown, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. May I say it's my pleasure for the 4th year in a row to work with the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, as the point will go to which way to go to Morgantown. So Morgantown 19-11. We'll have about a 10-minute break between games. And the next game will be Morgantown and Beckley,
which I think will be a great matchup as well.
Well, I'm sure that Beckley has got some revenge in mind. Morgantown was the team that knocked them out in the state tournament last year in the semifinals, en route to Morgantown winning the state championship. Good play by both teams. Good job by Morgantown. That's a sensational play that time by Paige Brink. And Morgantown with a 20-11 lead.
Yep, she was able to hit it where they ain't. Is that what you said?
That's
earlier?
right. You know, you start hanging out with me, you're going to start talking like me.
Using your lingo.
There you go. Hit it where they – that's an old baseball term from way back when. Hit it where they ain't. In fact, of the many sayings like that, those phrases were coined by the great Yogi Berra back in the day.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not sure he was the one that said that, but Yogi Berra did say, if you come to a fork in the road, take it. One of the many yogiisms. How you like that? All right, 21-11 is the lead for Morgantown. Nice job at the net. A beautiful play that time by DeCara Nestor. at the front of the net for Morgantown.
Yep. Derica was just able to block that. I know Miss Bailey Humphreys, Brooklyn Humphreys, excuse me, wanted to try to tip that around her, but couldn't get it.
That's 23-11. And we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Be right back in a minute right here on Video Productions.
Don't drop the ball. Come see your hometown legends at the all-new Greenbrier Ford in Beckley. We won't be beat.
Little General Stores has been serving West Virginia communities for almost 5 decades. That's nearly 50 years of providing those essential needs for your daily journey. We are so grateful to be a small part of your lives, and we want to recognize the integral part of our operation, the LG family. We know these last couple years haven't been easy, but with every sunrise and sunset, you keep us going. To the LG family, the moms, dads, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters of West Virginia, thank you.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Out of the timeout, Shady scored. It's 23-12.
Yep, Shady had a great kill.
That was a much-needed timeout as Morgantown just 2 points away from completing the sweep. And now just 1 point away. Once a beautiful play by Morgantown, 24-12. Morgantown won the first game 25-17, and it looked like the way this game started, Morgan, this is going to be a little tighter, but here Morgantown is able to get a nice little run going here.
Yep. Number 7, Audrey Buck, had her 1,000th assist last game, and that was just amazing of her this last play.
Yeah, a little 6-1 run by Morgantown and 1 point away from winning this series 2-0. Shady got to get it over, and they do. Forgill gets it over. Good job by Shady at the net.
Wow.
Great by both teams
Great
at the front of the net.
Great hustle from both teams.
And Morgantown gets the win with that point right there. They win the game and they win the match. So Morgantown wins the series 2-0. Morgantown wins game 1, 25-17. They win game 2, 25-12. So we're going to have, I was told, about a 10-minute break between the next game, which is Morgantown and Beckley, and give the teams a little chance to warm up. We're going to take a quick break and come back, figure it all out, and we'll do it on the flip side here on Video Productions.